So how did you make this decision to actually be an actor when you actually did, fashion designing as a professional course?
I never decided it myself, this all just happened just like that. I was doing my course, my third year, and I had an exchange program. So I was in London. So at that time is when Priyan uncle I call him, he's my dad's close friend. So he called me up saying, okay, know what, I'm doing this movie called Geetanjali, you are the heroine in that, so it's a double role and all that. I was like, what are you even saying? I'm like, I'm just studying, it's my third year, I have 1 more year left. It was a 4-year course. So I was like, no, it's okay, you just come back and we'll just work on it. I was like, I kind of didn't understand the kind of trust that he had on me. I was like, what does he even think? What does he even have in his mind,
Yeah.
So then we got back and we just started working on the project. And I entered the industry only because it was him. My dad and mom, both of them, they wanted me to complete my studies and then think about this. And cinema is not something where, my dad just can't produce a movie just for me.
Yeah.
I've asked him, will you produce a movie for me? So he'll be like, I can't take that risk. So, so what they say is it has to come to you. It's not something you go and search for.
Yeah.
So it has to come to you. So, and luckily that happened. And it's only because it was Priyan uncle, he being dad's close friend. So my dad accepted, okay, be it third year, somehow managed to do it. And so then that's how it started. And my college supported a lot. So that was one good thing.
Right. So what are the discussions like with your parents when you actually pick a script or are going to okay a script? Do they get involved?
They do, of course, because once I I make sure that I filter out the best ones out of what I get, and the best ones might probably the ones about which I discuss to them. So once I get to know, I do discuss with them, and at first they used to listen to the stories because I was at college, I used to be busy, and so they used to listen it for me and they used to narrate it to me, my mom. But later even she found it difficult to narrate it, to listen it to it, then narrate it to me. So I thought, okay, fine, I'll listen it by myself. So then what happened is I started taking over, and now I just tell them the mood of the story. Now once I started taking over, all they want is, they just want to know the mood of the movie, and they want to watch it on the screen. So they don't want to listen it from me. So I'm like, okay, so they ask me, are you confident about this project? Are you okay with this project? That's all.
Right. Are there any compliments Ma'am Menaka has given you after watching any film?
Very rarely. Both of them give, because I think the first proper compliment I got was after she watched this movie, Denamai, my first Tamil movie. So that's my first movie I've watched with her sitting beside me. So I was quite tensed, and by the interval she was like, I'm glad you've done well. So that was one thing she told me, because both my Malayalam movies, both of them they watched, and they watched the first day night show and were like, it's okay, you've done a good job, okay. That's all they say.
Kollam.
Korpalla. Okay, so that's the thing they say, because they don't want me to show off that my parents told me or something like that. They don't want me to. They think that I might get too tensed or excited when they say that. So they just don't say so much about that.
Right. Nenu Shailaja comes across as a quirky love story. So what about the script excited you?
The good part was that Nenu Shailaja, first of all, it started when I was working for Rajini Murugan. So it was a little doubtful when I started off, like as in when I heard about the project, I was a little doubtful if I could do that, because I was busy finishing off the schedule. Rajini Murugan, it already got extended because I fell ill, and so I had to finish it off. But luckily I had a 10 days gap in between, and those were the 10 days which they wanted as well. So then I had to listen to the story. So I just went and Kishore started narrating, and I was like glued on to the way he was narrating. It was amazing the way he narrates, because he is a script writer and lovely dialogues, and very beautiful script. And the good part about it is that it has a lot of mixed emotions. The relation between a father and a daughter, his love, romance, and other emotions. So all put together, it is a nice family drama.
Right.
So I thought once I finished listening to the story, I was like, be it whatever, I am doing this project. So I was ready to do it on any case. So that's how it started off. It's definitely because of Kishore's narration,
Right.
one reason, because be the same story, if it was narrated bad, it wouldn't have been that impressive.
Yeah,
So
would have
his
been
narration was really good. So at that time I had this thing, okay, now he's a good scriptwriter. I used to wonder how he used to direct. But after going to the sets, he's like damn fast. His speed is very good, and his clarity and speed, both things amazed me. Because now for me, he tells me a shot, I act it out. So maybe I feel that if I go 2 more takes, it will become better. But sometimes he comes and tells that, okay, this is okay, let's go for the next shot. So I tell him that, what, if you could wait, if we take 2 more takes, maybe it becomes better. So he'll be like, you know what, I want this, so this is fine.
Right.
So it's about his clarity. He knows what he wants, and if he gets that, he's happy. And if he doesn't get that, he tells that on face as well. And about the speed. So once he gets what he wants, it's done. He wraps up. He goes to the next thing. So when a director has both speed and clarity, it was going on schedule. Everything was packed up properly wrapped up, and had a good time shoot.
Kishore is also someone who has a great comic sense,
Yeah, definitely.
So how was it on the sets while?
It was fun. I don't even remember sitting jobless in the caravan. Yeah, you go morning, I dress up, I go to the shot, come back, have lunch, and I go. I hardly have some gap to take a nap. So it used to be that busy, and it's not only about being busy. Everyone used to be sitting in front of the monitor, chit-chatting and all that, so it used to be fun, I never had to come back to caravan, sit alone, or, get bored. It was we always were together, so it was fun.
How was Ram as a co-star?
Ram, as everyone says, damn energetic, and I try to find some synonym for energy. Everyone calls him energetic. I don't know, maybe he's the fast and the furious or something. I think that energy, it's driven from the dedication that he has, I would say, because his dedication is like amazing. Because once he finishes a shot, he runs back to the monitor, checks what's happening, okay, what changes have to be made, and then he goes back. If he wants to do it again, he does it. So he's never lazy, he's never happy or satisfied with whatever he does. He keeps going on, is that okay, is this okay? So the kind of commitment, the connection he has towards the project is incredible.
So how was it to keep up with his energy levels?
It was difficult. The first day I saw him and he was like damn energetic. I was like, oh my god, I was so amazed. He keeps running around. The way he walks itself is damn fast. And I'm a little lazy actually. So then I thought, okay, Ram is so energetic, I have to keep up with him. So that is one thing I learned. It was not difficult, but that's something I learned from him.
And how was it working with Satyaraj?
Amazing, I should say, because there is a very beautiful scene, a couple of beautiful scenes in our combination, and I'm sure every father and daughter would get connected to this, because everyone, it's just common between a father and a daughter. Whatever happens, that is what happens in the movie. And Shailaja is a character who's not very expressive, very covert-hearted, who keeps everything within herself.
Right.
So for such a character, and and such a dad. Dad is also someone who's like that. So when that is put together and such those sort of scenes together, it brings a lot of emotions. So and there were a few scenes where I had a lot of dialogues with him in the climax. That worked out really well because Kishore used to give me a lot of time. See, when we have to take a shot, say it's a master shot, usually what we do is we finish the whole of master shot, then you come to the close-up, then you come to the suggestion. So there is this emotional scene between me and my dad. So just because Kishore wanted to travel in the same mood, what he did was and it's not that I am not a person who can by heart like 2 days before come to the set and spit it out. So what I used to do is right before the shot I used to take 5 minutes, learn that particular dialogue and then say it. So what he used to do is he used to give me 5 minutes, we finished the master shot and we went in the same order. We didn't change it because he wanted it in the same mode. So it was one master shot, it was one suggestion, it was one close-up, again a master shot. So not everyone would take the pressure to do that.
Yeah.
But Kishore and Sameer sir, the DOP, both of them, they had the patience to take that up, and even Satyaraj sir, he was amazed because even they are, they are very patient to do that. And because I'm a person who can't do, I can't listen to prompting. I'm not good at prompting. So I want to by heart the dialogues, make out the meaning and everything, and then do it. So he was also very patient. He used to sit and he used to appreciate. So I was one.
So why are you a director's actor, or you want to just give it your shot? You want to act your way.
I think the best thing is to do what the director wants in your style. You should always combine both our style and the director's style. So there are a lot of things put together. See, the director has been living with the story for say 2 years. He knows what the character wants more than any of us. So that's one main thing. So we have to first know what he wants exactly. And my contribution would be like what I could ask him. Say, my contribution would be like one shot. I can ask him 2-3 different ways if I could do it this way or that way. Sometimes he would say, okay, this is nice. Sometimes he would say, no, it's not necessary for this shot. Let it be simple. Let it be how I want. And apart from all that, behind everything is the character. Sometimes what I want to do will never gel with what the character has to be, So ultimately it's about how Shailaja is. Not just Shailaja, any character, how it has to be. So we always look up to the character and make sure that you do it in that way.
Do you relate to the character?
Not at all.
Not at all.
No, because
so what is the kind of character you're playing?
Shailaja's character, as I told you, very, who keeps everything within herself, not very expressive. Not very expressive as in she doesn't know to express. She's been brought up that way. But she has a lot of emotions inside her, be it happiness or sadness, anything. But she doesn't know to express. So a very, contained and not very overt. That sort of character.
Okay, so how was it playing that character since you're not
like that? It is difficult because when you have to downplay a character, when you have to be a little subtle, it's very difficult than being a lot expressive. So you can be loud how much ever you want, but when you have to be subtle, you have to make sure that you are subtle, but people are watching you on screen, but that should look expressive as well, right? So that's one thing which is very difficult as of what I know, because this is somewhat similar to my character which I did in ABNMIM, where the character is very subtle, something similar to this. So this was even difficult because she has a lot of emotions inside her, packed up, and but she doesn't know to show it outside. So that's sort of a character.
So how do you prepare for your characters, Kirti? Do you take lessons from mom, or do you take lessons from your director, or you
No
just,
lesson
you
from
just
mom.
Yeah.
I don't. I actually, they have no idea what Nenu Shailaja is, because Nenu Shailaja narrating the story is very difficult. It has a lot of drama happening, lot of different levels. So I can't narrate it to my mom. So all that I told her is one main storyline and my characters like this. So director probably, because the first few days, what I do, he comes and corrects me. That's how it starts off. I do something. I show him 2 or 3 ways of how I can do it, and he says, "Okay, let's stick to this till the end of the movie." So that's how it started.
right. So otherwise, there's no other preparation.
No, for this especially, I didn't take any other preparation.
Right. Was it easier for you, since you're already a fashion designer? Was it easier to understand, the colors, the fits, and other aesthetics?
Definitely. I think that's one good thing I have now when I'm working in movies, because even if the designer is not around, I can talk to the costumers and a lot of things I can tell them. You can do it this way, you can do it that way. Methods of alteration, I can tell them. So even the designer feels happy when she is not around. So it was very easy to communicate and make things much easier.
We understand it's a love story, Nenu Shailaja, but what is the story like? What are the central characters, like something around the story?
What can I tell about the story? It's about I don't know how to say that. Can I even say that? I think you should watch it.
Yeah. All right. What are your upcoming projects in
Right
Tamil
now,
and in Telugu?
after Nenu Shailaja's release on Jan 1st, it's Rajini Murugan releasing on Jan 14th. And hopefully, I think Pambu Sattai, that might release at the end of the month of Feb, not sure. And like I said, I did a project with Dhanush sir and Prabhu Solomon sir that might come up for summer. And the next one which I did was, which I'm doing is right now, again I'm repeating with Shivakarthikeyan and then working with PC sir as well. So that's the new project which I'm working right now in Tamil.
So how is the feeling? You're working with almost all the top guys, so early in your career.
I don't know, it's a little scary, tensed, feeling blessed on one side. On the other hand, I'm feeling tensed as well, because it has to work out well. It's not just about working with all these people. I mean, I feel so blessed. I'm glad that I've got such big projects. I'm working on that. These are definitely main points in my career, I believe. But it's not just about kick-starting it off, it's also about sustaining. So I have to know about myself only after these movies get released. Only then I can rate myself. Okay, where am I? So I'm just waiting.
Yeah, so 2016 just doesn't have Nenu Shailaja, it also has lot of other releases. Are you feeling nervous?
Not really. I heard there are a couple of releases, but the good part is this doesn't have a specific target audience as such. It is a good package as such. The production, Ram in it, Kishore, the movie as such, the cast, the dialogues. The teaser has come out very well. The trailer has good response, and the songs, DSP. So as an overall package, it sounds very good. It looks good. So I'm sure the initial of it is going to be really good. So I'm having that expectation, because, as I said, it doesn't have a specific target audience. Anyone can come and watch it. So when you start, as the mood has come out as how we wanted it to be. So I think that will serve the purpose.
So how has 2015 been for you?
It's been really hectic. It's been a year of shoot, I would say. Just shooting, and I just had one release, which was what I was worried about at one point. But now I'm happy that it's all coming together in 2016. So it's like
So what do you do when you're off shoot?
off shoot. Say if I get 2 days off, I'll just sleep, eat, because I'll have a lot of plans, but they just don't fit in the 2 days that I get. And if it's say a week or maybe more than that, then I might fly to my hometown, Trivandrum. I just go chill there for a while and come back. But it hardly happens. I just went before last week for IFFK, International Film Festival. And that too, it was because of the flood. Shoot got cancelled, so I had no other go. So I just went. So else even I wouldn't have even got that time to go off. So then I went there. I was there for like a week. Okay, relaxed and came back.
Have you recovered from the
Floods, yeah, I have.
I read about your harrowing experience. Right. Okay. What are your resolutions for 2016?
No resolution is my resolution because none of my resolutions ever work out. So I'm like, if I have to take something, I really have to stick on to it. I don't know what sort of resolution I'm going to take. I should think about it.
I would like you to tell the viewers of iDream why they should probably watch Nenu Shailaja in theatres.
Nenu Shailaja is a very good feel-good movie. It's all about the mood. It's a nice family drama. It has a lot of mixed emotions, be it fun, sadness, happiness, love, romance. A nice, cute relationship between a father and a daughter. So I'm sure anyone who watches this movie, be it a guy or a girl, they would get connected to the characters in the movie. A guy could get connected to Hari, the character of Ram. A girl could get connected to Shailaja. So I hope you all enjoy it. So please do watch it at the theatres.
Thank you so much, Kirti. It was a pleasure talking to you and wishing you all the luck for the film.
Thank you so much.